In the last video, we create the index.html code, which give us a page like this, which is exactly what we need. Now we need to make it to look beautiful. The way that we want it to look is going to be more like this. We have a box and we want to see the box and we want to have the text in the middle and we're going to have maybe different colors. And the way that we're going to be doing is going to be right here in the style CSS, the file that we create before. If you remember, we create 3 files. Actually, you can see them right here. We have the index.html, we have the code.js, which is empty, and the style CSS, which is empty as well. And we're going to be working in this one right now. Okay, the very first thing that we need to do before we start putting anything right here is we need to link index.html and style CSS together. So basically we need to tell to index.html, hey, if you want some styling, look at this file for the information. How are we going to do that? We're going to come right here and just below the title, we're going to type the following part. Link, and as you can see, we have the green light, and in this case it gives us already a little bit of information that we don't really need. I want you to come right here and delete this information, because right here is telling me what is the reference, or what is the point of reference, or what is the place where I'm going to be looking for. And I want you to type the name that you have right here, which is style, and we already have the .css. Okay, sounds perfect. Control S, just to make sure that you save all your changes. And right now, let's gonna start working in style CSS. And the first thing that I want to make sure is that it actually works. The way that we're gonna be doing that is gonna be by just testing it. Body. And let's gonna do the most basic thing that we can do. Background color. And let's gonna choose aqua marine. All right, sounds perfect. Control save. Make sure that you save your changes. It's press the Control and S, or you can just go and save. After that one, very important, let's gonna come to our page and let's gonna hit refresh. And as you can see, the color in the background has changed. So that's mean the index.html is linked already with style CSS. And right here is where we're going to be putting in all the style that we need. More style that we need is going to be text align, center. Control S. And look, the only thing that it's going to do is going to put the things in the center. Okay. After that one, I'm going to put this so we can code a little bit faster. The very first thing that we need to do, the very first part that we're going to be creating is this part in the top right here. And as you can see, we have a box, which we know that is there, just that it's not visible. And then we have the text. And the way that we're going to be creating that one is going to be, very first thing is we know that that box is called top. So here we go. That uppercase top, open and close. And right here, the background color. And in this case, we're going to put it in this color. You can choose any color that you want. You can use hexadecimals, any color that you want. I just put that one right there. One more thing that I want to do is let's gonna do, every time that I do one change, I'm just going to be refreshing constantly. So you can see what is done. In this case, as you can see, we create a little different color, a box right there. The next thing that we're going to be doing is going to be, we're going to have a border, and we want the border to be 2 pixels solid, and I want the border black. Now let's go to refresh and see, we have 2 pixels border right here. What else would I like to have in this one right here? I want the margin to be 15 pixels and auto. Control save, and in this case it's gonna, and the only thing that it did is, see this part right here between the top and the beginning of this box, it just make it bigger, and basically is giving it a little bit of more margin right there. And the auto is making it the size, as you can see right now, is taking from the beginning to the very end of the page, and we don't like that much. What we really would like to do is to know if we can make it a little bit smaller. The way that we're going to be doing that is going to be with width, which in this case I want it to be 50% of the visual width. Just like that. Control S, and let's gonna see refresh. And as you can see, right now the size is just shrink. Okay, now we have this part. It looks pretty much like this one right here. So it looks like we finished with the top part. Now let's gonna continue with the main part, which as you can see right here, we have class main. So that uppercase, open and close curly braces, and right here we're gonna be putting the information that we need. And let's gonna start with the basic thing, background color. Right here, this is kind of a purple color. You can choose any color, you can type it. Okay, after I put that color, let's save it and refresh. Turn. Now we have something more alike. But you know, the letters, they are not that the size that I would like to have them. So font style, and the style we're gonna use oblique. Control save, and you can see that it just changed a little bit the font. Okay, next thing that we're gonna be doing is gonna be font weight, and in this case we're gonna use bolder. Control save. Pay attention to the letters first, second number. I'm gonna refresh right now. You just make it a little bit stronger. Oh, so you can read it easier. Okay, sounds perfect. Next thing that we're gonna be doing is, see how this one has a border right here, the black? We're gonna do exactly the same. As a matter of fact, you can use, copy, and paste it. And see, that right now we have a border as well. The next thing that we're gonna be doing is gonna be the margins. And in this case we have margin, and we're gonna give it a 0 px and auto. And let's gonna just refresh to see what changes it did. And you cannot see the changes yet because these changes needs to be complemented for something else. Next thing is gonna be the width, and it's gonna be exactly the same, 50 visual height. Control S, and now you can see what it did. It just shrink it to the area, and this is responsive. As you can see, if we make it bigger, it grows bigger, and we make it smaller, it continues to be smaller. Okay, so we are almost right there. The one more thing that I see, how this part right here, the text is very close to the line in the top. I think that it would be nice if we can have a little bit of space between the line, which is called border, and the text. And in this case, we're gonna do the one using padding. And in this case, we're gonna be give 15 pixels and 0 pixels. And I want you to pay attention to this distance right here between the line and the letter. I'm gonna refresh right now. So just make it a little bit bigger. If you can see right now, if I type text right here, the text is all the way to the left. I want that text to be center. How are we gonna do that? You know, to do that one, we need to modify a little bit our inputs. Let's gonna do one thing. We're gonna come to those two inputs, and actually the three of them. We're gonna give it one space, and we're gonna say class equals open and close parentheses. And the name, we need to give it a name, and the name is gonna be called input, and it's gonna be input number 1 for the ones on the top. And right here in the bottom, we're gonna give it input number, because I would like to give a different styling to this one. Now that we know that we have a different class to work on it, let's gonna start working on it. That input 1, and right here the only thing that I wanna be showing is gonna be text align center. Now let's refresh, and I want you to see how the cursor goes there, and goes there. See, in this case, the one in the bottom, because it has a different class name, still's not. But in this one right here, we can put 25 and 35. And you can see that those numbers are centered in the middle. I like that. So we need to work with the next one as well. Okay, we're going to put input 2. And in this one, text align, center. But right here, we're going to have a slightly difference. In this case, I'm going to give it a color to the background. Control save. Let's go and refresh. And as you can see, we have a kind of now we have a center and we have kind of a yellowish thing. Okay, so it looks like the styling is just done. We have something there. We like it a lot.